We have a 4-year-old daughter and have been married for 5 years. See my other link in profile if you want even more backstory. Wife moved out a little more than a month ago. She said she had enough of kind of controlling behavior, not treating her right, things like that, and went on to say she cheated on me 8 months ago. She was sad when she said this and sorry. So it wasn't a put that in your pipe and smoke it moment. She went to live with her mom. Her mom's house is not normal. Every room in the house is rented to tenants. This has a point later on. She told me over and over flat out, you are too late. We aren't getting back together. Sorry, you hurt me too much. So I give her space, or at least as much as I can. Still sprinkling in why we shouldn't let this marriage fail. Couple roses, sweet gestures. And she said the roses and a few of the poems and such made her cry. Realizing what kind of person I really am, and I wasn't that person for the past 4 years. I want to be better. So, through the grapevine I hear she has been hanging out with another guy. A lot. She met this guy roughly 3 months before she left due to the guy she cheated on me with put a bullet in his head allegedly because she wouldn't leave me for him, so this new guy was the dead guy's roommate. I know this is getting weird, huh? So she is hanging out with this new guy a lot, and I confront her about it a while after she left. She says he is the greatest ever. They have had sex multiple times, spend every day together, etc., etc. Not only this, but because the apartment he was in are terrible with cleaning up bullet holes and crap. He has more or less moved into her mom's house with her, doesn't want to be alone around a place where his good friend shot himself, so she has spent every night with this guy. Every morning with this guy. Ran around town and lunch and errands with this guy. Mind you, with my daughter present for most of this. She confessed to letting him sometimes sleep in the same bed with her. Sometimes with my daughter in the same bed too. Fast forward to a few days ago. She sets up an appointment for family pictures for me, her and our daughter, because we haven't really done that professionally in the past 4 years. We hang out all day. Hit it off. She is smiling and even called me babe out of nowhere while I was looking in the wrong place for something. Next day we hang out all day again. She invites me shopping. Had fun all day picking out clothes, having a great time, went home and cuddled on the couch, watched shows and just talked. Fantastic, just like old times. Being ourselves, loving each other's company, etc., etc. So over these days she has solidified and we have talked about seriously getting back together. And she has told the guy friend this, and he is supportive of whatever she needs to do to make her happy. She has now told me she likes the real me and wants this to work, and seems happy around me. She has not yet moved back in, but we have a 2-day overnight family trip planned for Monday at an amusement park, and she says she wants to see how that goes, then decide about moving and take it slow from there. So here is the problem of the thread. I said tonight that if she is serious about us working and all of the above, it is time to stop having the guy stay the night over there. She quickly texts back, he is at another guy's house, so I just need to chill. Just a little defensive, right? A little more talking reveals this random guy has already rented a room from her mom, their current room, and plans to stay there with her family and random tenants if my wife moves back in with me. She also wants to continue to be friends with this guy if we get back together. Our house and her mom's house are about 4 miles apart, if that. In this guy's defense, he seems like a nice guy. When I talked to my wife, she used to say how they talked about our relationship and how he always said it was probably best to get back with me because of everything I did for them. And it's not like I was that bad. He always tried to get her to see things my way and make pros and cons lists, and etc., etc., his words. So take that with a grain of salt, but at least he was turning her toward me instead of calling me a douchebag and a piece of shit she shouldn't even talk to. It was also mentioned that he never considered them actually dating, and that she told him this wasn't serious and just considered him a friend. You can see it went a little past just friends. So Reddit, what in the world do you make of this? Am I wrong for thinking staying friends with this guy is inappropriate if we are working on our marriage? Is it weird that she went from living with and thinking this guy was perfect and my replacement to all of the sudden wanting me back but still being close friends with him and currently still living with him? How will this guy living right down the road affect us growing as a couple? I mean, can I be mad for what has happened while she was gone, or is it fair game because we were separated and she left thinking she wasn't coming back and we would get divorced? I am not really that jealous of a person, but I feel some lines were crossed to remain friends after this. Lines that involved my daughter and him too. I see a lot of red flags here, but our relationship in the past has been amazing. Beyond soulmates in every category of compatibility. She is more than my best friend. I just kind of fucked it up by not being who I should have been from the get-go and pushing her away and into these messes. She was not like this in the beginning of the relationship before we had our daughter. And at that point my behavior went downhill due to too much on my plate. Stress, and I did not handle it well. Edit, I said this in a comment, but I feel it is important. She left because she wasn't happy. because of how Kay acted, and her not being happy started about a year ago. She tried to tell me she wasn't happy. She tried to tell me she was feeling depressed. She tried to come to me for help and for comfort, and I pushed her away. This is my fault. Terrible behavior. And I realize my outlooks on life have changed after this. So does it make her behavior okay? No. But I didn't give her much of a chance to make things better. So I can understand why all of this happened and how bad of a position she was in.